HJ Holden panel van, 1975. Shag carpet on the ceiling, man, she's still alive. Rolling out on 4 wheels with a Holden red. Original Australian free spirit, enough said. Hey. Shag carpet on the ceiling, 8-track on the dash. Custom murals on the side, painted in the past. HJ Holden panel van, she's a rolling knob. Bought her from an old bloke who sold it from his heart. Rust in the wheel arches, chrome got some bits. She don't look like much, but she perfectly fits. Mag wheels from the era, wide whites on the rear. She's a time capsule rolling through the years. Every panel van has got a story in the steel. 60 years of history you can touch and feel. Restoration isn't just a weekend hobby here. It's keeping Australia's spirit alive and clear. Panel van profit, rolling through the past. Old school Australian culture built to last. Hippie trail to surface town with in between. The original free spirit, king of the scene. Panel van profit, windows black right out. Murals of the desert, that's what it's about. 7 decades of stories, living in the steel. Panel van profit, keeping it real. Take her to the panel van nationals every spring. Boys come from everywhere to show their thing. Murray River camping, backdoor swinging wide. Good times in Australia with the van as your guide. Rebuilt the Holden red motor, bore it out to 4. Paint job from a legend, there's nothing less no more. She ain't going fast, but she's going in style. Panel van profit rolling every mile. Every panel van has got a story in the steel. 60 years of history you can touch and feel. Restoration isn't just a weekend hobby here. It's keeping Australia's spirit alive and clear. Panel van profit, rolling through the past. Old school Australian culture built to last. Hippie trail to surface town with in between. The original free spirit, king of the scene. Panel van profit, windows black right out. Murals of the desert, that's what it's about. 7 decades of stories, living in the steel. Panel van profit, keeping it real. New cars got no soul, just computers and screens. Panel vans got history sewn into the seams. Preservation is the mission, keep the old ones alive. Panel van profit, watch the legacy thrive. Custom muralist came down from Queensland last spring. Spent a week on the side panels doing his thing. Dreamtime colors, desert roads, red rock and sky. Panel van profit, asking questions of why. Kids at the show don't know what they're looking at until their granddad comes over and tips his hat. Says he had one just like it back in 73. Drove it from Darwin down to Sydney, young and free. That's the power of the panel van, it connects the eras. Granddad to the grandson through the glass and the mirrors. So I'll keep restoring every panel van I find. Australian car culture, keeping history in mind. Panel van profit, rolling through the past. Old school Australian culture built to last. Hippie trail to surface town with in between. The original free spirit, king of the scene. Panel van profit, windows black right out. Murals of the desert, that's what it's about. 7 decades of stories, living in the steel. Panel van profit, keeping it real. HJ forever, LC Touring on the side. HQ Monero, leading a classic car ride. These aren't just old cars, they're Australian identity. Panel van profit, rolling on into infinity. HJ forever, HJ forever. That's Australian car culture right there. Never forget where you came from.